Hello, welcome to Talk of the Town. I am your host, Abby on the Avenue, Marketing Director for Appleton Downtown Incorporated. Talk of the Town is a podcast where we shine a spotlight on the people, places, and passion in our community. Each episode, we engage in meaningful conversations with community ambassadors and local business owners as they share their stories about what makes our district thrive. Whether you're a history buff, foodie, music lover, or something in between, there's something here for everyone. Join us as we uncover the stories of what makes Downtown Appleton one great place. Today's guest has turned her love of thrifting into a unique, one-of-a-kind resale store that offers high-quality, hand-picked items at a deeply discounted price. She will have clothes in her store to enhance any wardrobe. Please help me welcome Monika Austin, owner of Beatnik Betty's Resale Butik.
Good morning.
Hi, Monika. How are you doing today?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Good, good. Excited to have you on the podcast today.
Thanks.
Yeah. So before we dive in and talk a little bit about the store, let's talk about you.
Okay.
And kind of how you got into this, because that's one of my favorite parts is just talking to the business owners about, has this always been your dream to, open the business that you have? Have you always had a passion for this thing? So, how did you get started?
So I've always been into fashion, and I'm originally from Door County, so kind of viewed as upscale, whatever. If you were regular people, it was hard to find clothes up there.
Yeah.
So, you definitely had to be unique with stuff. It was a lot of hand-me-downs and thrift store stuff or whatever. And then moved out on my own, still the same thing. It's a financial thing. It came to be that it's just like, it's not only is it a financial thing, but it is like that's where you discover your own style. I say in the shop, like it drives me crazy when people are like, oh, tell me about the trends. And it's like, I don't believe that trends come down. Trends start in the street, and I want to be the place where those things start.
Yes.
So I was a waitress forever because that's what you did up there. And literally one day I was like, I just don't want to do this anymore. Like I just can't handle it. So I started a business plan and went up to my parents. Both my parents own businesses. And I was like, okay, I want you to look this over. Just kind of tell me what you think.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, we've been waiting for you to figure some stuff out. She's like, we've secured a loan for you. You can have it anytime. She's like, let's do this. So within a month and a half, I was open.
No way.
It was crazy. There was literally nothing.
I did not know that.
There was literally nothing in the store. Like I had 4 racks and we went.
Compared to now, that's
it was half empty. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we ended up going to like flea markets and stuff for the first 2 weeks before we were open, just to like buy stuff to just shove in there so that it looked full.
Yeah.
But yeah, 15 years ago.
Yeah. And have you always been downtown?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
In the same location?
In the same location. Yeah.
That's pretty unique. There's a lot of people that I've talked to or even that I've talked to in general, not just on the podcast, of they've been downtown for a while, but they were in this location and then they got too big. So then they moved over here. But
my space started big. Yeah. Like it's a really big space.
It is.
And I definitely underestimated the size of it when I opened. Again, like trying to fill it up.
Yes.
But it, probably took me about 5 years to kind of get to the point where I had everything that I wanted and it was at a comfortable spot. But like, I love the space that I'm in.
Yeah.
My landlord's super cool. I can do pretty much whatever I want. And it's reasonable for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, it works well.
Yeah. So you talked about, getting the stuff from like flea markets and things like that. Is that what you still do, or like, where do you get all your items from?
So now I source from everywhere. Like for decor, I definitely hit thrift stores.
Okay.
Like to me, that's what the store is about. It's got so many levels. It's a price thing. It's a fashion thing. It's a keeping stuff out of landfills thing. So I'm big on whatever my decor is. The majority of my decor comes from thrift stores, which I think that's what makes it unusual and fun.
Yes. So the sustainability piece is very important.
It definitely is. And it's gotten to be more of that over the years. Again, it kind of started as like a fashion thing, but now it's like when I see the cool things that are out there, like why would I buy new ones?
Right. Absolutely.
But for the inventory, people sell to me. I sometimes source from companies if I really want something that, I will not find in this area. But estate sales, thrift stores everywhere.
So how much time do you spend doing that? Like looking at the store, and I'm sure it was different when you first started because you really needed to just ramp up that inventory.
Right.
But, I'm just thinking of when you think of like a quote unquote traditional boutique of the time that they spend, ordering things or doing this. But for you, it's all of these one of a kind, unique pieces. Like you don't have the same 5 of the same thing.
No, not
typically.
At
all. So that's, a whole different way to go about that.
Yeah, I definitely need more. Yes, there's a lot of inventory in the shop. Yeah, because you can't it's not 5 of one thing.
Yep.
So I will say that thrifting for me is a lot more fun. Now I don't get to do it in the summer as much because I'm open 6 days a week and I'm there 6 days a week. In the winter, I take an extra day off, and that's like my husband and I drive around the state, and just because we love thrifting, that we'll go to like random places.
Oh, that's awesome.
But thrifting is more fun when I'm doing it for the shop because I don't have to look at sizes.
Right.
I can just go in, and it's actually a speedier.
That's a good idea.
It's a speedier process.
Yes.
So it's not looking for me. It's looking for anything that I think is cute. So I don't have to look at sizes.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you go about when you're looking for the items? Like, because there's so many different people that walk in with so many different styles. Like I would be like, oh, I think this is cute, but not everybody's going to think it's cute, for trying to, meet so many different styles. Like, how do you do that?
I've been pretty blessed. I think it's because I'm a Cancer, that we carry many faces. So I tend to like many different styles, know what works for me. Just because it doesn't work for me doesn't mean I don't find it stylish.
Sure.
I just know that that's not what would work for my body type.
Right.
But, I like preppy style. I like goth style. I like all different kinds. So that helps that I can see things differently, I think.
Sure.
And see how it just works in general and not for me or for a specific person.
Yeah, for sure. That I would struggle with that because I feel like I struggle to even know my own style.
Right.
To have to think about me and then what other people like. So it's just interesting to hear about how you can kind of,
I definitely make mistakes. I mean, there are definitely pieces that I'm like, okay, I'm so sick of looking at you. You're gone.
Yes.
But I think that's the fun part because you just never know. Just when I am ready to give up on something, like somebody comes in and they're like, oh my God.
Yes.
Like this is what they're looking for.
Yeah. So many unique things. Like I have, of course, been in many times and have found so many different things. And that's the cool thing about it is just the opportunity to kind of look through and maybe give some things a try that you wouldn't normally try.
Right. And that's, the store is in different ways on purpose. Like I don't do things by size. I do things by color. With clothing that is resale, if it's been washed, it's going to affect it differently. If it's a different brand, some things run small, some things run big. And I know that for me personally, I tend to, if I go into a store, I'm going to head for the mediums. Well, that means that I'm actually not looking at other stuff.
Yes.
So I do it by color because then people they're going to try new things. And I always tell people when they're in the store and they're kind of hesitant on something, I'm like, okay, if it strikes you in any way, color, texture, size, form, whatever, put it by the dressing room and try it on. Because you never know if there's anything that strikes you about it before you have a chance to be like, oh, I don't think that will blank, whatever.
Yes.
So, and I think that opens up people's minds a little bit too.
It does. Absolutely. And that is good advice because sometimes you do look at something on the hanger and you immediately judge it, whether you're judging it just as it is or how it's going to look on you.
Right.
So I definitely need to be a little bit more courageous sometimes. And just like, what's the worst that can happen? You try it on, you don't like it, put it back.
Well, and then you stop thinking about it too. Like there's plenty of people that are like, oh, you just think about them. Like, then just try it on because if it doesn't work, then you will stop thinking about it.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, so you have a wide variety of stuff in the store, and for both men and women.
I do. Yep.
So a lot of different, types of clothes. Shirts, dresses.
So I tell people anything wearable: jewelry, shoes, purses, scarves, clothing. I tend to not do like super dressy stuff because, especially with how the world is, like since 2020, things have definitely become more casual. So I carry some pieces, but not too many.
Yeah.
For my guys section, it's mainly the college kids or the musicians that come in. So that stuff is definitely more casual. It's jeans, t-shirts, 70s vintage, crazy stuff.
That
stuff is fun.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of unique pieces in the store. And some of my favorite things are some of the ReBetty stuff that you do. And just how you turn something old and make it into something new. And it's really cool.
Yeah, that definitely is super fun for me. That helps me be able to get, even if I can't go thrifting, because thrifting to me is like my happy place. It's where I get creative, it's get whatever. So if I can't do that for a while, the sewing helps because it's a visual thing and it's my moment of artistic bliss, I guess, whatever.
Yeah. So. Yeah. How do you, get some of your inspiration with that? Do you just look at some pieces, like you said earlier, some that have been maybe around for a long time, or, is that what you kind of use, or?
So, a couple different ways. January, February, March are horrible. So those are definitely the 3 months where I do a lot of this stuff. And I have a hoarding fabric room in my basement of the store.
I love it.
Oh God, it's so full. So literally I'll just go in there and be like, I need to deal something with this stack.
Yep.
And I take that stack up and I'm like, let's look through Pinterest. Let's look through Instagram. Let's see what I can do with these things.
Yes.
My jeans, actually, the patchwork jeans came because I was actually at the Goodwill bins and somebody had donated, it was a bag of like quilting squares and quilting.
Yeah.
They were flowers. They were like octagons put together, whatever.
Yep.
And I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do with these, but these are pretty fabulous. It was obviously all vintage fabric.
Yep.
So I brought them back and then those turned into my patchwork jeans, which are super popular right now, which I love.
Yes.
And even have running out of the things that the grandma quilt pieces that are gone. Like I now have the mold and I make them and I think they turned out pretty cool.
Yes. Yeah. They're very unique and very just a whole different way to go about it. Like I had a sweatshirt in my closet that I was like, this doesn't fit anymore. And I just kept ignoring it, but I didn't want to get rid of it. So then I
it meant something to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, is there anything you can help me do with this sweatshirt? Because it just doesn't fit, but I really like it. And she was able to turn it into something cool. And now it fits great. And I love it.
Nice.
So
awesome.
There's just so many great things that you can do with things. Like don't immediately get rid of it. Like you reimagine it.
Right.
Which is really cool.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mentioned ReBetty, and I was going to ask you this earlier, but how did you come up with the name for the store?
Actually, a friend of mine did. The store.
ReBetty or both.
Okay, Beatnik Betty's was I knew I wanted something hippie, bohemian, like in that genre. I wanted, whatever. So I literally got my college thesaurus out, which will tell you how old I am at this point because it's a book. And was flipping through and Beatnik. And then Betty's is actually an old term like chicks or broads or whatever from the 20s. And a friend of mine used to call his car Betty. So it just kind of went out. And I was like, oh my God, that works. And it took me probably 6 months. Like I knew I was going to have it. I knew it was Beatnik Betty's Resale Butik. I'm Scandinavian, so that's why boutique is spelled different.
Yes.
Among all the Dutch that are in this area. I had to bring some of that up here. And so that was, it took me about 6 months to not laugh hysterically every time. They'd be like, oh, what are you naming your store? And I was like, oh my God. But now it's catchy. It's the beginning of the alphabet. So,
it works.
You're at the early of whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think a lot of people
dig it.
They do. But people have been like, oh, is the owner named Betty? I'm like, no.
Yeah. And
her name's Monika.
And Beatnik Monikas did not have the same ring to it.
No, that doesn't work.
No.
That doesn't work. So yeah, that was something that I didn't even know. I'm like, I don't know how she came up with the name, but it's super fun and it totally fits the vibe of the store and
definitely
everything that you're doing. But I had no idea where it came from.
And literally, as soon as I had the name, I knew exactly what the store was going to look like. Like it was in my head, and that was it. I knew what I was going to do. I knew all of it. It was it's crazy how something like that can help just solidify everything.
Yeah. I mean, it is a big deal, of course. The name of the store, it's your brand, it's your everything, but can help you lay out what the look, the feel, the vibe of the store it's going to be, because it's got to match.
Oh, totally.
Sometimes it's the products that come first for the name, but or the name before the products.
I'm a big believer too that it has to be you. Like that store is 100% me.
Yeah.
Good and bad. Like we've talked about this before. Like it's a little dusty. It needs to be vacuumed more often. Like, I get it, you know. There's thread everywhere because of the sewing.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
you know,
Yes.
comes free with every sweater. But that it's me. I mean, good and bad. Like the hot mess, that's my working area. That's me. And
It is.
People have commented that it's, that it is, they enjoy coming in and hearing me working.
Yes.
You know, that it's kind of that humming in the background and that sort of thing. So
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, you talk about how you're working in the back, doing all those things. You're a one-woman show.
yeah,
It's
pretty
just
much.
you.
Yep.
You know, I know you have some help every once in a while when you need the coverage, but it's 90% of the time.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just you, which is very unique as well. You know, I think a lot of the boutiques down here have, you know, additional staff and things like that. So, what kind of drives that? Why just you?
It is what I love. Like,
Yeah.
it is my happy place. And I joke that I'm like, if I had more days off, my husband would expect me to clean the house. Like you know, like
No.
this is where I can, it's like going into my own closet or going into my own house. And it's got all my comfort things around me, all the artwork, all the posters, the whatever, like,
Yes.
it's my comfort zone.
Yeah. Yeah. I can only imagine what your closet looks like at home.
It's actually pretty scaled back.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I'm kind of surprised.
At first, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Because there's so many good things coming in.
Yes.
But then when you look at me, I wear jeans, sneakers, and band tees every day.
No,
so.
you have cute outfits all the time.
Yeah, for sure.
You always throw stuff together, and I'm like, I never would have worn that, but you just see the vision.
I worked at a place up in Door County, a clothing store, and I worked with this manager, and one time she put something on a mannequin, and I was like, oh my God, she's like, $5, somebody buys this. And it was like polka dot stripes and plaids. Like she did it as a joke.
Yep.
But she did make it work. And it was crazy. And it's like, you have to step out sometimes of those norms.
Yep.
And put things together. And there are so many different parts of fashion that I think people forget. And, you know, I love this area, but we're pretty vanilla here.
That's fair.
And in the fashion sense. So it's fun to put things together to help people step out of their box.
Yes.
And to understand that fashion is anything you want it to be. And particularly I think for people my age or older, I mean, we have a connotation that it's like, I can't wear that because I'm too whatever.
Yeah. Yep.
No. No.
Yeah. You box yourself in. And
right.
there's so many ways to do that.
Right.
And
It's all confidence level too.
yes.
Like if you can pull it off, do it.
Do it. Yeah. And there's been more than one occasion where I've been in your store and I've seen something on a mannequin that I never would have put together.
Right.
But I tried it on. I'm like, this totally works.
Right.
So to have that is good for somebody who, you know, somebody like me who is willing to step out of that comfort zone, but doesn't know how.
Right.
Like, what do I do? Like, I would love to wear something funky, but I don't know.
Well, and that's, you know, when people come in the store, I'm pretty laid back because
Yes.
I know that I don't want to be harassed when I go in. So I let people kind of peruse because there's a lot of things in there too.
Yes.
And I go up, I'm like, hey, you know, is there anything I can help you with? I'm over here doing what I'm doing, whatever, just let me know. But I can tell when people are kind of looking at something and they're like, they don't really know. And that's when I'm like, okay, if it strikes you, put it in the dressing room.
Yes.
You know, if you have questions, ask. What are you looking for? What do you have an event? Do you have whatever? And I've had people come in literally with a suitcase of their own clothes and be like, can you please help me? Absolutely, I can.
No way. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Can I do that?
Yeah, for sure.
I need to do that.
Yeah.
Because I need some new pieces.
Yep.
But
And
that's
even
cool.
even without the new pieces.
Yeah.
But even just like they were like, I just don't know what to do with these things that I
Yes.
love. It's like, let's piece them together.
Yep.
Okay.
Like I have these pair of jeans that I love. You know, what can I wear with this? Or this, you know, like a skirt in my closet that I'm like, I bought it and it was cute, but I never know how to wear it or what to wear it with.
Are you a skirt wearer?
Brain. No.
See, I am not. And I just bought 2 midi skirts and I put them together and
Yeah.
I struggle with it every time I put them on. But then I love how I know it looks great.
Yes.
So it's about like teaching yourself that it's okay
Yeah.
sometimes.
The one thing I do like in the summers, I can just throw a dress on and it's an outfit and I'm
Right.
done.
Right.
So skirts are hard for me. I feel like I always struggle with what top to wear. I'm like, what do I
Right.
do with this?
Right.
What looks weird? What doesn't look weird?
Right.
So
We can make it work. Bring it in.
I'm on the edge. I'm on the fritz with skirts. But yeah, I mean, and there's so many things just seasonally too. Like as we're, approaching a new season, which we always are in Wisconsin, of, coming into fall, winter, and just some of those staples that you can carry with you from season to season. Some of them that you have to put away. Like my husband always jokes, we have a pretty small closet. So I have all my like fall, winter stuff, and then I have my summer stuff.
Me too.
And I have to switch it. So I'm like, we have to do the closet switch over. And the look on his face every time. He knows it's coming.
But then it's like Christmas morning when you pull that basket out and you're like, I forgot I had this. I do the same thing.
Yeah. So I do the big switchover of all the different things. But it's kind of like the same thing in your store of that transition into, taking out some of those summer things or winter things and, vice versa and going into that.
Right.
Yeah. And, how early do you start thinking about that? Or if you see something cute, like, it doesn't matter what season it is, and you're just, you just buy it. Like it could be a sweater, but that you see in June.
I try to. That's a hard one for me. Like I think I mess it up every year. I have back stock because I buy things like I don't buy just seasonally. So I have back stock. So then I can flip the store when it needs to be flipped for that particular season. My back stock came up probably right before Mile of Music. So now everything that's coming out, even if it's starting to be fallish, I'm starting to put out. And of course the weather right now is not helping.
Right.
So, or maybe is helping. It's not 90 degrees outside. So I have started to kind of put some fallish things out.
Yep.
But usually it's so hard with Oktoberfest. Like sometimes it's 90 degrees and sometimes it's snowing.
Yes.
And I either sell a lot of shorts or I sell a lot of jackets. Yep. So it's like, this is a tough time of year. Other stores, because they have a different system, like they've been putting sweaters out for probably 4 weeks, 3 weeks. I still have people coming in for shorts.
Yep.
Because I don't do it the same way that they do it. That helps me a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
It's just that transitional period. I mean, everybody struggles with that in general.
Right.
Just like, well, you can wake up in the morning in this summer to fall transition of, oh, it's cold. But then by the end of the day, it's going to be hot.
I have a linen shirt on right now underneath a sweater.
Because you just know. Because I know. Right. Yep. Exactly. So it's just difficult. But, and you talked about Mile of Music, which we have to talk about because you get a little bit more involved than other people do, which is awesome.
I love
it. It's such an amazing event. I can't talk enough about it. They're such an awesome team. It's such a unique festival. Yeah. And I just love the way that you connect with the artists and make the beautiful lanyards that you make for them.
Well, that was kind of a weird thing. Mile 1 and 2 happened and I knew I wanted to be involved, but sponsorships were like $20,000. Like I can't do that.
Yep.
And I just didn't know how to do it. And then I have a customer of mine who is a musician in the area. And I was like, okay, like I want to do something, but it needs to be cost effective for me. And she's like, lanyards. She's like, make lanyards because always the lanyards suck. They're like rope material. They hurt your neck. Nobody likes them. They throw them out. You should make lanyards. So year 3, I think I went to Dave and I was like, what do you think? And he's like, yeah, for sure. Do it. So it was like literally probably 6 weeks that I made probably 800 lanyards.
Yeah.
Like I had my mom, my aunt, like everybody I knew cutting fabric and sewing fabric and figuring out where to buy the metal pieces. And but we did it.
And you've been doing it ever since?
And doing it ever since.
Yeah.
So it's an average of about 800 or 900 a year.
That's crazy.
Which, yeah. But now I've got like people who will just drop fabric off and be like, here you go.
I know you need this.
I cleaned out my grandma's closet. Here's some, which is super cool.
They are cool.
It is because it's a community event.
Yes. But they are, like you said, they're lanyards that you want to keep. Yeah. Like I think I got one. I don't know. It's been like 2-3 years.
I made one for you guys.
Yeah. And it was awesome. And it really, you talk about the comfort and, it's such a small thing, right? Like, oh, it's just a lanyard, but these artists have to wear it everywhere.
Right.
So it is something that you want to think about. And when they're playing and they don't want that bothering them, but also just how unique and fun and funky they are, just like these amazing artists are.
Right.
So I think that was just a really cool thing for you to think outside of the box about, which I love.
And I think that that's key. It's like when at the very beginning of this, people were like, how do we attract to the tourists that are coming in the area? And in my head, I'm like, you've got 700 musicians and they're like, why are we ignoring that?
Yeah.
And I mean, that's 700 people you could get in your store potentially, whatever. So it was interesting to see how other people viewed how this event would be. And it's been, I think it's turned out well for me after 10 years.
Absolutely. So I just love, you always think outside the box.
I try.
And you do such a good job with it, with all of the things that we do downtown and your store and just everything. And like you said, it is just a different way. And you think about what works for your store.
Yeah,
which
100%.
I love. So you're looking at the clientele and you're like, oh yeah. I mean, and all those visitors coming in is amazing. It is great.
Right.
And there are definitely some that come in.
Absolutely.
But then you're like, well, like I know a lot of these artists are going to like my vibe in the store.
For sure.
So you're like, how do I make something for them, do something for them? Right. And it's just something that you do. You donate and that's it. Like, it's not, like you said, it's not like a $20,000 sponsorship.
No. But I also, I mean, it's not totally selfless because I do a discount card for them so that they come in and shop, you know? So it ends up being, an amazing weekend. Yeah. And financially, it's great. I enjoy the conversations that I have with the musicians. Again, from a fashion sense, like I like music. Yeah, that's more my husband's gig. To me, it's the fashion part, seeing all these people from all over the country and the world even.
Yes.
And how they dress, how they look, how they put those pieces together.
Yes.
And then I definitely utilize that stuff throughout the year when I'm piecing the mannequins together.
Yep.
But it's like, it's also just fun. That's when I get to look for the crazy stuff that I know no one in Appleton is going to wear.
Right.
I can look for the weird stuff. I can look whether it's vintage or whatever, and then kind of store it and then have it out for this weekend. And just to see, like, I think stage wear, what are they going to wear that will draw attention? And
and that's a whole different.
It is.
Fashion group.
It is.
Yeah. And I love seeing what they wear. Yeah. So it's funny that you bring that up because I definitely look at it and I'm like, that is so fun. That is so cool. Yeah. Like, I wouldn't wear it. But it's cool for them.
Right. And it's like being in a movie. Like that's their work. They need to, it may not be what they wear on the street either, but you have to.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's where, like, talking about events, you're a really active participant in a lot of our events, our ADI events. We're talking the fashion show, the wine walk, our night market, farm market, like all those different things. And how do those impact your business? Because those are a little bit different than obviously my old music. Right. So
my philosophy on all of those is that we're a community. Yes, there is a financial part to it, but I look at, being from a small town. I know I've said this before. It's like I'm from Sister Bay up in Door County, and you may work someplace or own someplace that is in direct competition to 3 doors down or whatever. But you also went to high school with that person. Yeah. So when a customer comes in, they're like, oh, what do you recommend? I've worked for places in the Fox Valley that's like, you only can recommend here, and our sister restaurants. You can't recommend anywhere else. Because again, I was a server. Yeah. And like, that just doesn't feel right to me.
Well, right.
So
it's not authentic.
It isn't. And so having that base of a small town in me, I look at these events as, maybe it's not super great for me, which they all are. I participate because it makes me money, but it's about the sense of community with it and helping each other out. I partner with Appleton Beer Factory a lot because Mark's a friend of mine. Does everything work more for him or for me? It doesn't matter because we're friends, and it's the partnership that I think we both take seriously and fun. Yeah. And then like the wine walk, I like wine, so that's my favorite one.
Yeah. But they're good shopping ones too, of course. Yeah. So that makes sense with what you've got going on. But yeah, you do a lot of things too outside of what we're doing, which I love as well, of just those collaborative efforts outside of our events. You've done little pop-up markets at Appleton Beer Factory, and you've incorporated him into some, when you do one of our events, like by having some of their food there or something like that, so just that collaborative energy. And I've talked about this in other podcasts, and it goes without saying, just I love the collaboration that all of you have. And like you said, like the competition of it doesn't feel like competition. Like I don't even like to say that word.
It's
you
not.
just like to support one another. And for you guys, it's promoting the shopping environment that we have downtown.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of people there, and it makes us a destination of, I'm going to hit up all these different places.
Because we all have our own unique personality.
Yes.
Even within the resale shops like Wild Goose, like it's such a different personality.
Yeah.
That it does, like it's, to me, it's not even competition.
No.
And she feels the same way. They feel the same way, that it's, you know, we tell people to go one place or the other because it's like we have such different personalities.
Right. Yeah. But you have a similar vibe and things like that.
Right.
So, you know, like the customer, like, hey, I think you would really like it over here. Or, you know, so I love that environment is there and you want to support one another. Cause you know, like if you succeed, it's going to allow them to succeed.
Absolutely.
Too. So it's a great thing. And it's what I love about these events too, especially some of our walks as we talk about the wine walk and things like that. You know, it's a great way for people to bop in and out and, you know, experience your business if they haven't before and just give them a taste of that. But to really show off the, you know, the shopping environment that we have down here and how it's constantly evolving, but we still have staples like you that have been open for a long time down here.
Long time.
Yeah. So as we're wrapping things up here, there are 2 questions that I ask every guest that I've got to ask you. So, you know, as we've talked a lot about Beatnik and how amazing you guys are and all the great things that you have, you know, what is one thing that you want someone to remember about your store or think about your store, you know, after listening to this episode?
I hope that they would just come in and check it out. Like you really feel comfortable when you come in, whether you find something or not. You know, if this is definitely not a 5-minute stop for sure. No, you can't, like, I've got 5 minutes left on my meter and stop in. You can't.
I take at least 5 minutes per rack, probably.
Right. Yeah. But it's about coming in and having that, like, if you just want to come in and be in a peaceful space.
Yes.
And do some window shopping and maybe get something for yourself, whatever, then definitely check it out because I strive really hard to have a place where people feel welcoming. All people feel welcoming. And yeah, I guess. Yeah.
You do a great job with that. There have been, plenty of times where, you know, if I've been bopping between meetings or even like coming in here, doing the podcast, I'm like, oh, you know, I have a little bit of time and just go in there, just
decompress a little bit.
Yes. Yeah. Check things out. You definitely have a really nice, chill environment. Like you said, it's not a high pressure of I have to buy something. It's just come in, check it out, come back another time. You might find something. Just a very relaxed vibe for sure. Yeah. All right. So how long did you say you've been downtown?
15 years.
15 years. So this is probably going to be a hard question for you.
Okay.
But in your opinion, what makes Downtown Appleton one great place?
Yikes.
See, it's hard to narrow it down.
It is.
It's a big one. I know.
Because Appleton, you know, the downtown is not like 3 blocks.
No.
Like it has different pockets. God. I think maybe I would say it's vibe. Like there's, like we all complement each other. Like we're all different. Like you're going to find different things. But I think the feeling is that it's just a very comfortable and safe space. I definitely consider downtown safe. Artistically, I think it's great. Whether it's the architecture of the buildings or the placement of the different art pieces. It's a nice walk.
Very walkable.
I don't know. That's so tough.
It is. But I like that you just encompassed it with just the overall vibe. Yeah. Yeah. And what it has and, you know, how it's been over the years too. Yeah. You know, how that's remained a constant.
Yes. Yep.
And how it's, you know, the downtown keeps changing and evolving, but that vibe is still there. Yeah. And then, you know, it's a destination that people still want to come to.
And that we're growing at that too.
Yes.
You know, I think with all the new businesses coming down and the new spaces coming down. I mean, downtowns and spaces need to evolve. And I think that we are doing that in the correct way. Yes. Staying true to the architecture, staying true to the small town, because we are. Yep. I mean, for a medium-sized city, it's a small town.
Yeah, you can still have the small town vibe.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Monika, for coming on the episode today and talking all about all the great things that you can find at Beatnik Betty's. And I know a lot of you are going to want to go shopping after you hear this and freshen up your wardrobe. So you can go find her at 214 East College Avenue here in downtown Appleton, or shop online, beatnikbettys.com. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram. She posts weekly drops and sneak peeks of items that she has coming in the store. So I know that always entices me to come in. So go check them out there as well. And thank you again for tuning in to Talk of the Town. We'll be back with more stories, more voices, and more reasons to love downtown Appleton. Until next time, keep your ears open. You just might be hearing the next Talk of the Town. This episode is brought to you by J. Geiger Consulting, a consulting firm specializing in J.D. Edwards Solutions and proud sponsor of Appleton Downtown Incorporated. Special thanks to local songwriter Amelia Ford for creating original music just for this podcast.